Okay, I think we're live. I
Awesome.
think I think we're live. Any chance you can check on like your phone or something, Tom? Or let me. I might be able to check here.
Hey, no, I have it
Um,
pulled up right here. Yeah,
okay.
we are not live. It says live goes up and oh yeah, hold up. No, we are live.
No,
We
we're live.
are
Okay,
live.
we're live.
Yep,
Okay,
yep.
we got Stranger 4420 here with us, by the way. So I appreciate you like sticking around. It's been like an hour trying to figure this out, and it's been terrible. I apologize for my audio, by the way. Hopefully this is a one-time thing. I was basically what was happening was I was having all sorts of issues. Like it would echo in my ear, and I couldn't talk. I couldn't hear anything. Normally, I use these headphones and I use this microphone here, but it was causing all sorts of problems, and I couldn't get it to work. So that was basically just what was happening there. But we've got I think this is the best we're gonna do right now. It was either this or cancel. So hopefully you can just bear with my
Honestly,
audio today.
your audio really isn't that bad, by the way.
Okay.
Not
Well,
really that bad.
hopefully it's not. I don't want to do this all the time because like this is a good microphone I have here,
I know usually your voice be sounding all crisp and stuff. And I get that. It's
yeah,
that
that's
crisp cow
yeah,
voice.
that yeah yeah yeah. But it is what it is. I don't really have another way of doing this. Other like I said, it's either this or we cancel. So all right, but I really didn't want to cancel because we are coming up on the 102nd Battle of Ohio.
107.
One no 102 102nd
Wait, hold up. 102. Like
102 the
episode or episode?
102nd Battle of Ohio. We've up to this point there's been 101. Now this one will be 102.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
Okay.
That's a lot of games. That's a lot of
Well,
games.
anyway, there's yeah Stranger says I'm clear, just not as rich of a sound. This is hopefully a one-time thing. This is an issue that has caused problems before, but I've always figured out a way to solve. I could not figure out how to solve it this time. Like I said, it was either this or cancel. So this
Yeah,
is the
we're
best
here.
we're
We're
gonna
here.
get. But anyway, let's talk about the Bengals and the Browns. So um, I think the obvious thing to go into right now is the fact. Oh, by the way, my audio sucks just like the Steelers because why, Thomas? I didn't have a plan for this one.
Damn it. You guys, you supposed to say, you set that up wrong. But anyway, you still suck, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, because the
You're
Steelers still
set
suck.
up.
We got to
Usually,
find out.
usually,
Yeah,
usually you set up the perfect alley oop for that play. You know, you dribble around, you toss it up, and I just dunk it. It just wasn't
yeah.
there, man.
Well, normally I have a whole plan, but this time I had to spend an hour and a half figuring out my audio, so I didn't have a plan at all.
Yeah, it's kind of maybe we
Well,
have a better plan, but in fact our team's so bad. Our teams are so bad.
yeah. Well, right now, it kind of feels like, as far as my execution on this podcast so far, kind of feels like I'm the 1-5 team, and you're the. Well, you're doing better than me. You showed. I mean, you had a couple echoing issues too, but I mean, for the most part, I'd say you're definitely much more effective than I am on this
No,
particular
football
version.
is dead to me right now. You ain't gonna get nothing positive
No, no,
from me
no. The
today.
Browns suck.
No, look, the Browns are just suck.
No,
The
I'm saying
Browns are
you're good.
dead.
You personally are good.
Oh yeah, we got our baseball team. Like we're gonna
Okay.
we got our baseball team. We're okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But we do have to talk about football. Unfortunately for you. So, obviously, the first thing I want to talk about, just because it's the most recent news. What the hell happened with Amari Cooper? Last
Look,
I heard, he was like this massive, huge like a symbol that the Browns are moving in the right direction. Now suddenly he's being traded because he's a bad influence or something.
look, man, look. I'm about to be real with you. All right, look, I'm about to be real with you. The minute that IU news was leaked about Amari Cooper, I had a bad feeling about it the whole time. Like the minute that news was leaked, and they were like, "Oh, Amari Cooper, we wasn't gonna give you this contract. We were just gonna trade you to San Francisco. That's okay. We just show back up to practice the next day. It's no big deal." And the minute that shit happened, Like the minute that shit happened, I'm like, yeah, that's not a good thing at all. Like there's nothing good about that. And then he tweets, maybe it might not be a bad idea at all. And then I just knew it was just bad from there. It was curtains. Everything was curtains at that moment. So like, I mean, like he's been dropping passes. He's obviously not been focused. He hasn't been a leader in that Browns locker room. It was just no, I'm all square degenerates, square table degenerates. I do have a job, but I'm off today. Anyway, the Mark Cooper thing is crazy because like it's just like he was dropping passes. He was not staying focused in the huddle. He was arguing with the coaches, arguing with Deshaun. He was causing problems. And he was mad he didn't get that contract. So you know what? I mean, oh well, you didn't get your contract. Everybody got paid but you. We know you Saudi. Go have fun in Buffalo anyway. I don't care. At least we got that round pick out of it. Trust me, I'm
Well,
not losing any sleep from losing Amari Cooper at all. Bye, Amari Cooper. Goodbye, Amari Cooper. All them drop passes. Here go your bags, Amari Cooper. Have a nice trip right up to Buffalo, Amari Cooper.
okay. So can you hear
Okay,
me?
guy. Yeah, I hear you.
Fuck, I still can't hear myself. Okay, I'm gonna.
You sound better, by the way.
Yeah, because I had to go back to the I had to go. I tried to go back to the microphone audio. It's not working. You can hear me now, though.
Yeah, but the microphone audio sounded better for a second, man. I was listening.
Yeah, no, the microphone audio was good, but it was echoing in my ear. That's the problem.
Ah.
I don't know. I'm gonna stop messing with it. Okay, so first of all, hi Joe. Yes, we have jobs. I don't know. I don't know what Thomas's schedule is. My schedule on Fridays, I'm available in the morning. Because I have school, but I don't have class on Friday. So I'm available on Friday mornings. I don't know what Tom. I think Thomas
This is
Williams has
my
like
first
second
off
shift.
day in this is my first off day since September 29th.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay.
I'm winning again.
Yeah. Put that comment up real quick just to give you a little bit of airtime. But anyway, yeah, like I also heard that the Browns were looking into potentially trading Zadarius Smith. Is that like a real thing or is that like fake?
I can see them trading Darius Smith. That's a real possibility. Um, when you're gonna start seeing from the Browns, you're gonna start seeing the fire still. We're gonna see about what they're gonna do. I don't think Deshaun's gonna be the quarterback next year. I think that we're moving on from Deshaun Watson next season. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but they're gonna figure out some way to do it. So what they're basically trying to do right now, they're trying to stockpile these draft picks. Because what's gonna happen is, in order for us to get out of Deshaun Watson's contract, they're gonna have to restructure, and then they're gonna have to find somebody to help take some of that money off their hands. So what they're gonna have to do is they're gonna have to trade some of these players away. Darius Smith, probably one of our man, we're not gonna trade one of our corners, but we're definitely gonna trade some of our linemen. So some of our older veteran players who are on 1 year contracts are probably gonna shift into other contenders for draft picks and then use those draft picks to try and move on from Deshaun Watson's contract. That's probably what's gonna happen. That's
Man, it's
probably what
almost
they're trying
like
to do.
somebody. It's almost like somebody said that would be a bad idea. Deshaun Watson. It's almost like somebody said that on the show. Can't remember who. Hmm.
Man, dude. When if I remember correctly, the week before the Deshaun Watson thing happened, it was like, yeah, are you talking about me or you?
Me.
Okay. So the week before the shot Watson thing happened, we got this all tape, right? So we got everything on tape, right? So then did it
Well, no,
I
we,
just
we
swore.
don't actually because if you recall, that particular week we tried to get an episode up and we couldn't get it done. We actually
Yeah,
weren't
no, I
able to.
remember
I think it was like a week after the trade happened that we were actually able to like comment on the situation.
I remember one podcast I was like, I hear they're interested in Deshaun. And then you got excited. You was like Deshaun and Joe Burrow would be like, because Deshaun, because like Deshaun and Joe Burrow would be crazy. I was like, I don't know, I don't want to move on from Baker Mayfield yet. And I was always on, I don't want to move on from Baker Mayfield. And then when we traded for Deshaun, like, all right, well, he's here, might as well ride with the punches. and
Yeah,
then
I'll
it's
have
like,
to. I'll have to go back and look it up, but I'm pretty sure because like I've always been like a Baker Mayfield like is the
yeah, you
guy
were,
type of
you
person.
were, but I'm like, it was like the week before the game. you were like, it was like the week before the trade. It was like a week or two before the trade happened. I was like, yeah, I think Deshaun Watson is available. And I was like, I don't know. It kind of sounds like a lot to go through. I'm not sure if I want that. Like, I understand he's good. Like, I always thought Deshaun was good. I never, like, I still to this day don't ever think that his talent was never there. It was just that I was like, I don't know if I want that baggage. But you know what I mean? But we got to be like, oh, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited that we have Deshaun Watson. I'm excited that we have somebody who threw 36 touchdowns, ran for three, had 39 touchdowns in the season, 4,800 passing yards on top of 700 rushing yards in the season with a total yardage of 50,000 yards or 5,000 yards and 40 touchdowns, something that only six people on this planet have ever done. Yeah, I was excited about getting that guy. Thinking like, ah, maybe it might work. Who knows? And I don't blame the Browns for going. I don't look. Honestly, for the record, I don't blame the Browns for going after Deshaun Watson. I really don't. I don't really care. I don't blame them for going after somebody who had numbers like that because it wasn't like they were the only team in the NFL who went after him. 10 teams went after him. Y'all just want to make fun of the Browns. Fuck y'all. Fuck all of y'all. Nobody cares. Y'all just some fucking haters. Who cares? I'm over it. I'm over it. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Y'all can laugh. You can make all the jokes, whatever. I don't care. I just don't care at this point. I'm just numb to it. I just want the Browns to lose every single fucking game for the rest of the season so they can draft Quinn Ewers and we can just move on from our lives. Fuck this. It's annoying.
so,
Like it's not even funny. Like I might have to start getting fights about this shit. It's
so
not even funny no more.
Joe made the comment to not forget two things. That one, Batman is back this week, and I'm not
Shit.
I'm not sure. Look, is there a new Batman movie?
Nick Chubb, dude. Nick Chubb, dude.
Oh, Nick Chubb's Batman. Okay. Well, that's fair. Now we'll see. That's actually another thing that I wanted to ask you about. Was like Nick Chubb's just coming back now.
Mhm.
Is he gonna be like on a snap count? Like
He's not gonna he's probably gonna be on some kind of pitch count. He's probably not gonna play the whole game or something like that.
yeah, I would think.
Probably got 20 snaps.
And then he also says Cincinnati hasn't won in Cleveland since 2017, and that is fair. I will say, and I said this previously with like the Bengals and Lamar Jackson. Like anything before 2021 does not matter to the current Bengals team. Like that, like saying the Bengals didn't win with Marvin Lewis. That doesn't have anything to do with Zach Taylor. I will give you, it is definitely accurate that Joe Burrow, for whatever reason, has struggled like hell when playing the Cleveland Browns, particularly in Cleveland, except for that one awful game that me and Thomas both decided to go to.
Yeah, y'all going about 3 touchdowns this Sunday. It's not going to be close. Y'all come in here, y'all going to whoop our ass. Y'all probably going to take over our stadium because nobody in Cleveland going to that fucking football game. We got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductions. We got the fucking baseball playoffs. Nobody's going to that football game. Here, y'all can have the stadium. We're getting rid of it anyway. Here, Cincinnati, have our stadium. Take the whole damn stadium while y'all show.
You might be saying that the Bengals are going to run all over the Browns. I don't know if I agree with that just because, like, I have not, like, the Bengals offense was doing well, but then they didn't do well against the Giants. And then the Browns defense has a lot of firepower. So
really? You think the Browns haven't scored more than 18 points all season?
No, I'm not saying the Bengals aren't going to win. I'm saying the Browns defense, I think, has a good chance of keeping our offense down because the Giants defense did it.
Oh, we'll keep our offense down to 21 points.
Yeah, so it's so I'm saying are we looking at going into like a low scoring game here basically?
24-10 Bengals.
24-10. Okay. Well, I'll give you that about the Browns offense. Like our defense is not great, but they looked a lot better against the Giants, and I don't know if the Browns offense is any more talented than the Giants. Y'all don't have any injuries, but you did just trade away your number one wide receiver.
No, Cooper sucks. Cooper's been sucking. Cooper might have even been a problem. Fuck that guy. Fuck Cooper. Like you understand.
Dude,
I don't like Cooper.
the last time we talked about Amari Cooper on the show, you were all about Amari Cooper.
No, fuck that dude. Fuck that dude. Fuck that dude.
Okay.
He ain't no Josh Gordon.
You know what? I'll give it to you.
Yeah, let me have that one. Fuck you, Amari Cooper.
Stranger 420 wants to emphasize that when he's when he's making fun of the Deshaun Watson situation, that he's mostly talking about the fact that you fully guaranteed his contract, which I think is fair game. I think it's fair game because, like, regardless of how you feel about Deshaun Watson and his legal situation, regardless of how you feel about the guy who's been, like levying all these lawsuits against him and everything, regardless of all of that, at the end of the day, business is business. And what the Browns' biggest mistake, and I think a mistake that everybody should be able to agree on, is the fact that they gave all that guaranteed money to a guy whose legal situation had not yet been resolved. And, they didn't know what the end of all of this would end up being. So it's really just like, why did you take that much of a risk on a guy who hasn't even played football in like 2 years at that point?
Because they were desperate.
Yeah, but you have Baker Mayfield. And like,
Well,
again,
look, wait, hold up. Because, like, look, this is where I want to push back on this shit. Because you might have been saying Baker Mayfield was fine. You might have been saying that, but this is revisionist history like a motherfucker. Because 2 years ago, when we had Baker Mayfield and he had a broken arm, the national media was making fun of him, saying the Browns made the biggest mistake at number one pick. The Browns should have drafted Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. The Browns made a mistake. Baker Mayfield sucks. He's a mediocre quarterback. All this shit. He's overrated. He can't read a defense. He is not just his arm. The NFL figured him out. All this shit is said about Baker Mayfield. He's not the franchise quarterback, and we need to upgrade because Baker Mayfield is holding us back. That's exactly what they were saying. And now they're saying, oh, why did you get rid of Baker Mayfield? Man, fuck y'all, man. Fuck y'all, man. Y'all just hate us. Y'all just hate that. Fuck y'all, man. Fuck that shit, man. I hate that. That is like the biggest revisionist bullshit ass history ever, man.
From what I recall, I'm not saying the national media didn't say negative things about Baker Mayfield. From what I recall, it was mostly Browns fans and the Cleveland Browns themselves who mostly were the ones who had negative things to say about Baker Mayfield. The most critical thing I heard from the national media, now national fans, whatever, but from the national media, the most critical thing I ever heard about Baker Mayfield was that he, when he was injured, he probably should have just sat instead of continuing to play on a bum arm.
Yeah, but you had Stephen A. Smith roasted him. You had
Stephen A. Smith.
You had what's his name? What's the guy on Fox Sports 1? I can't think of his name.
Oh, Skip Bayless.
No, not Skip Bayless, but yeah, fuck him too. Actually, he's actually been.
He's kind of a bum.
He was actually rooting for Baker Mayfield. What's the other guy's name?
Colin Cowherd.
Yeah, him. He hated Baker. Rex Ryan was roasting Baker. I just think I just hate the Browns. I don't think I know. I just hate the Browns. I just want to make fun of the Browns.
I'm not saying they don't want to dunk on the Browns. What I'm saying is most of the negativity I heard was from Browns fans and from the Cleveland Browns themselves.
Yeah, and I will say you were very high on Baker.
And then on top of that, I think what a lot of people are criticizing the Browns about right now is the fact that Baker Mayfield right now looks like a clear, obvious, no question about it, franchise quarterback in Tampa. He has some good games. He has some not amazing games, but he hasn't really had any catastrophic games. And, I mean, he looked good in Los Angeles, when he was, in the few opportunities he got. He's looked good in Tampa. And I think most reasonable people, I want to emphasize reasonable because we're talking about NFL football fans. They're not all reasonable. But most reasonable people, I think, are looking at this situation like, how did the Browns, with the ceiling that Baker Mayfield has, how did the Browns fuck that up so badly and then go and give $230 million guaranteed to Deshaun Watson, who wasn't even, he didn't even have his legal situation resolved yet?
because I'm telling you, they were feeling the pressure from the national media and the fans because they didn't think because they talked themselves into that Baker Mayfield wasn't the one. Like, I mean, like I remember that Christmas Day game when we lost and they were just roasting Baker for weeks and weeks, and he's not. This was the biggest blunder, and Lamar Jackson is better than Baker, and Josh Allen's better than Baker, and Baker is just a hindrance to his team. That's all they were saying when Baker was here. Like it wasn't
Well,
like it wasn't.
at the time, I mean, as good as Baker Mayfield is, he was never a top five quarterback. He could have been a top five quarterback, and with the proper development and all. But
Well, people
you
were
know,
saying that he wasn't even a top 10 quarterback at the time.
well, that's silly. I mean, he wasn't when he was hurt. To be fair, but
Yeah, but the
but
whole
a
point
lot a
is
lot
that
of
he was
people are
hurt.
reactionary, and then a lot of national media, especially in sports media, it's really bad. But a lot of national media is incentivized to just say like the craziest thing that they can come up with because that's what gets the most reactions out of people. Um,
Well, see, and that's a problem. That's a problem that we run into with the Haslams is that like art, because like I understand that you understand that you shouldn't run your football team off of what the national media is saying about you or what your fans are saying about you. You should run your team off of what you think is the best decision. And what I think the
Argument.
best decision is to lose every single game and get the best quarterback in the draft.
Yeah.
I actually got the escape plan from Deshaun Watson's contract. So we traded to Carolina. Uh, we have to give Carolina a second and third, get it done. Second and third. We give them a second
Yeah,
round pick and third.
there are very few situations where I advocate for tanking, but I will say if the Browns are like saying we're definitely going to move on from Deshaun Watson, like this is over, we're now looking for how to
They
get out of
should.
it, and we're going to find any way we can to get out of it. You might be right. Maybe at that point, tanking might be the right move because you got to find somebody. Like you can't go back to like shuffling through Tyrod Taylor and like this cavalcade of quarterbacks who are just really kind of like band aids to stop the bleeding. You need to go find the guy, and that's what Baker could have been. But whatever, I guess. But I mean, like like
It's
you could
cool.
go get Sanders, you go get Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, I don't want
Um,
Sanders. I don't. He's too dramatic. I just think that's just bad. But I mean, like there's some really good quarterbacks in the draft. That guy from Miami looks good too. So like
Cam
I'm not
Ward.
even tripping on it. There are like three really good quarterbacks in this draft. Um, so I'm not even tripping on it for real.
I also
I think.
like Jalen Milrow.
Oh,
Potentially,
I love
honestly,
Jalen Milrow.
you guys could probably do like the thing the Bengals did back in like 2011 and
Mhm.
go maybe pick up like a second round guy or something, a guy who's
Yeah, no,
good like
no,
Andy
I'd
Dalton
rather.
level,
Yeah, uh,
and then just like rely on the fact that your defense is as good as it is. Because honestly,
or we can.
with as good as y'all's defense is and with as good as y'all's running game is, if you could just get a serviceable quarterback who is consistent, like an Andy Dalton,
Mhm.
then
Or we
I
could.
think you guys would be able to. You guys would have a great game plan every week.
We could just keep. Winston. Make Winston our starter while we train our backup quarterback or our working quarterback, whoever quarterback is. So yeah, I like I said, I like the idea of getting I like the idea of drafting Quinn Ewers. That's what I want. So we tank every single game this year. Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst in the world, honestly. It's not the worst thing in the world because we could replenish our team pretty quickly. We got to draft pick back. It really isn't the worst thing in the world. But right now, I think the game plan is to trade him to Carolina, trade him to Carolina where they got cap space, and trade him, restructure that contract. We have to pay 80% of that contract we get off the books by the end of
What
2025.
what a move that would be for Carolina, by the way. Who was like I think at one time, I believe if I recall correctly, the favorite to land Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
Back
and,
when there
let me
was
say
that whole
this.
and then he kind of turned face and said he was going to go with the Browns.
Yeah, because we guarantee your money. But let
But
me
they're
say
going to
this.
get him for a lot less than you guys got him for.
Yeah, and let me say this too. I don't think that Deshaun would do good in Cleveland. I think that I think that he's mentally. I think the problem with Deshaun isn't physically. I think it's a mental thing right now. And I think that Deshaun. I mean, he's 29. Like that talent didn't go away. That talent's still there. You know, he's 29. That talent didn't just like disappear. This dude, the arm is still strong. It's not he don't got an arm problem or anything. All it is confidence and mental. You can get that back. You can
Yeah.
easily get that back. And he just I don't think he's gonna get it back in Cleveland. I think he's so hated here. I think there's so much hate that goes around here towards him. Like this dude can't go in a gas station while somebody, like he's like hated here. Like they hate him. Like these people hate him. It's horrible. I don't like it. I don't like how I can't hate somebody the way this city hates on that guy. I just can't. I don't got that in me.
Yeah.
But they do. And because of that, I don't think that he's in a good mental headspace. I think he's not happy right now. And I think if he went back home to Carolina, I think that he would be happier and he'd be in a better headspace where he could possibly play better. So I mean, it's just a horrible situation. It is a horrible situation altogether. Like it's just whatever. Just whatever.
Joe, who just I guess had to run out, but Joe mentioned that the over under on is 80 yards on Nick Chubb. Joe
Yeah,
thinks he gets
take the under.
125 yards and 2 touchdowns. What do you
Yeah, take
think?
the under. Take the
Take the
under.
under.
I'll, I'm not expecting much out of Nick Chubb this week.
I see. I don't know. Like I get it, but you got to remember you're going against our run defense, which is bad, like really bad. And Nick Chubb historically does well against the Bengals too.
Yeah, no, I don't. I
So like the
don't.
Bengals, the Bengals now they held the Bengals let the Giants get 119 rushing yards and a touchdown. Now that was Devin Singletary was out for the game. It was Tyrone Tracy Jr. was their running back, and more than half of the rushing yards came from Daniel Jones. To be fair,
Yeah, no.
yeah, it's against the Ravens, another team with a rushing quarterback, which is not what the Browns are. But they had 175 yards rushing and a touchdown, and a lot of that was Derrick Henry, who the Bengals have historically done well against. Um, the Panthers, we beat the Panthers, but the Panthers still had 155 yards rushing and a touchdown. Our rushing defense is very bad. So as far as like over under on Chubb, it depends for me. 100% depends on what his workload is going to be. Like if he comes out and has a full game, absolutely hammer the over on Nick Chubb as far as those yards go. But we don't know is he going to get like half the number of snaps? In which case, yeah, maybe we end up holding him to like 60 or 70 yards because he only gets like 15 carries.
I mean, unless he just busts the 80-yard run off his first run, which Nick Chubb does all the time against y'all.
That's quite possible. He's done it before against the Bengals.
I've seen it happen so many times. He's just that dude. Ah, God, we suck so much. We suck so much. We suck so much.
Yeah, yeah. Here's the thing. Like I will predict. I think the Browns will look better than they have in recent weeks against the Bengals
I
this
don't.
week. I don't
I
know
don't.
if that means I think they're going to win. We'll have to see. But I do think it's going to be. It's gonna like you're saying it's going to be like an ultra low scoring game. I think it's going to be like both teams are going to get in the 20s. Is
No,
what
I
I'm
think I think
guessing.
the Bengals gonna score like honestly, you go on honest opinion, I think the Bengals gonna score like 30 points, 35 points, and the Browns gonna score 10.
I don't see the Bengals scoring 35 points against this Browns
I
defense.
do.
I just don't.
I do.
Well, I mean, the Browns haven't even allowed 35 points all year. The worst game they had was against the Commanders, who scored 34. The Bengals' offense
Look at
is, to be fair, probably on the Commanders' level, but
that.
at the same time, like historically, Joe Burrow, like the Browns and Myles Garrett and everything have had good games. In general, the Browns defense is allowing 20, 20, 21, 18, and then 33
Yeah.
against the Cowboys. But like most of the games they played all year, the Browns defense has performed well. It's been the offense that's just been completely abysmal.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm sorry, that
I
was
have no
13
faith.
against the Jaguars, not 18.
I have no faith in this game. I think they're gonna come out. I think the fans are gonna I think Browns fans are just gonna boo the team as much as possible. Like this is
That
our
would
first
be
home game in 3 weeks.
that'd be something else.
Dude, like when I tell you this team is dead to me right now, this team is literally dead to me. Like I don't
Yeah.
like this is torture for me right now. I got nothing good to say about this team at all. Nothing.
All right. Well, there you have it then, folks. Thomas thinks this is going to be a blowout in favor of the Bengals. I don't. I think we're both predicting the Bengals to win, but I think it's going to be a much closer game than he thinks it's going to be. That's because like I think the Browns do have a good defense, and like I know I'm not sure you care, Thomas, but it is a real actual fact.
I mean,
Okay.
they're good until they start giving up because JOK's pretty good. JOK, I love JOK. He's pretty awesome.
All right. So let's
JOK's
let's
good.
let's get into our predictions then,
Okay.
because we're gonna have to knock through these because I got to get to work at some point.
Bengals
We
35,
were
Browns
supposed to
10.
go live at 10, y'all. I talked to Thomas yesterday. I was like, we're gonna go live at 10, and he's like, yeah, cool. And so we were ready to go around about 10. It wasn't exactly on time and everything, but we were about ready to go at 10. And when we actually started streaming around 11:30.
Yeah, that was
Uh, Dude,
that was a
I
blunder.
got to figure out these audio issues because like I love OBS, but like OBS Ninja has just like it's this one issue. Everything else is great about it. Just this audio issue, which just makes it unusable.
Ninja, please.
And it's got to be on my end. It's something I can probably figure out. I just haven't yet. But anyway, so Stranger, and then Joe. I know you're on your way to the show. I don't know if you're still listening or not, but Stranger, and then anybody else who's watching right now. We're going to go through each game. We're going to pick who we think's going to win, and if you got to pick, let us know, and we'll put you up.
Oh yeah,
So
let
the
me get on
first
my
game, we know yesterday the Broncos absolutely obliterated the Saints, who the Saints are obviously frauds at this point.
yeah.
The Saints remind me a lot of the Broncos from a few years ago, where the Broncos started out blowing out all like these opposing teams through the first 3 weeks, and then after 3 weeks, it was like, oh crap, they only played the worst teams in the NFL. They're actually bad.
Sorry, Mikey.
Yeah, well, yeah, dude. I was actually on Mikey's stream yesterday, and Mikey, I think Mikey sounds about like you do right now, as far as like just being completely like ready to give up on the whole team at this point.
I ain't
It's
ready. I
it's
already
kind of
did.
sad.
I already did give up for the whole team.
Well, I think he did too, actually. All right, so we got Patriots Jaguars. What do you think?
I'm gonna go. hmm, I'm gonna go Pats.
Okay.
I'm going back and forth with this. The Jaguars are bad too, man. Like, they're
Jaguars are
not.
ridiculous. What the hell is going on with them?
Yeah, no, they got some bigger problems.
Yeah, I don't really buy the Patriots much. Most people are picking the Jaguars in this game, and I think that's purely on talent. But as far as performance goes, I think the Patriots have been a little more competitive in some of these games than the Jaguars have been. And the Patriots' only win is against us and that stupid shit that happened in Week 1. But still, the Jaguars, I have zero faith in the Jaguars right now. I'm picking the Patriots just because I feel like they have a little bit more hope than the Jaguars do at this exact moment.
I think I'm in the right pick you need.
All right, so we got Seahawks and Falcons. Yeah,
Let's go. Kirk Cousins been doing his thing. I'm gonna go to Falcons, and it's not a primetime game, so give me the Falcons.
yeah. No, I agree. The Falcons the Falcons definitely look like the team that's poised to win that division. I still believe in the Buccaneers and Baker, but
Yeah,
I think that right now I think the Falcons have the inside track. So, and I think they're going to continue. The Seahawks have looked okay, but the Seahawks have also looked like up and down. So right now I think I believe in the Falcons a little bit more than I believe in the Seahawks.
yeah.
All right, Bills Titans in Buffalo.
I want to go with Bills. I'm not even gonna think twice about it. Buffalo's been
Oh
rolling,
yeah.
and then they got a they got a nice receiver who's probably want to have a touchdown. I bet you Mark Cooper's gonna do really well in Buffalo. He's gonna do 10 times better than he did in Buffalo than he did in Cleveland. Watch.
Buffalo's been a bit up and down, but the Titans have been almost exclusively down. And so I think I agree with the addition of Amari Cooper. I think that's going to open up that Buffalo offense a little bit more, regardless of whether Cooper actually plays better than he did in Cleveland. I think it's still going to open that offense up for the Bills. Um, so I think that'll help. I'm going to take the Bills. Um, Texans Packers.
I'm going with Texans.
Okay.
Um, CJ Stroud's starting to get back in rhythm again. I just think the Texans are just a better team than the Packers altogether, home or away. I just think the Packers are just a better team. So give me the Pack. Give me the Texans. Texans.
I'm gonna pick a little unconventionally here because like everything you said is right. There's something going on with the Packers right now that like they keep running into these like extremely difficult situations with their roster, and they end up getting wins. The Texans have looked really good, but they've also like stumbled a little bit. I think they
Mm.
might be. They're really good. Don't get me wrong. I think they might be slightly overrated right now. And so I don't know. My gut is telling me the Packers are going to win this game, so I'm going to take them.
I get that. I get that because I don't. I think the Texans are good, but I just don't think they're juggernauts.
Yeah.
Um, okay,
Dolphins
so
Colts.
Dolphins, Colts. Dolphins, Colts. I'm gonna go with the Colts. Whether it's Andy Richardson starting or whether it's Joe Flacco starting, the Colts got a lot of momentum going. They got some juice, and that's a very hard team to win in. So give me the
Yeah.
Colts and Dolphins. It's more or less an indictment on the Dolphins than it is praising the Colts. I just like the Colts better.
Yeah. I'm actually the opposite as far as your analysis, but the same as your prediction. I'm picking the Colts, but it's mostly just because like I don't believe in the Dolphins at all right now. Um, the the
Yeah,
Colts the Colts have looked weird, but they've been kind of getting it done, here and there. The Dolphins haven't, so I'm gonna
yeah,
take the Colts
yeah.
just because like I don't really buy the Dolphins right now. I think we could be heading into a situation where Mike McDaniel, who looked like one of the brightest young coaches in the league like a couple years ago, could be walking into a situation where like the Dolphins choose to move on from him at the end of the season.
Mhm.
That's
You
just,
know,
and that would be interesting.
that would be interesting. Um, this
Lions
next
Vikings.
game. Yeah, I this should be a prime time game. I don't know why this is a 1 o'clock game. Anyway,
It should be
I,
absolutely.
Sam Darnold's good. Sam Darnold's been doing his thing. You got to give it to him. But I don't think that his magic is gonna run. I think his magic gonna run thin against the Lions and the Lions defense. I think the Lions get this game in this rivalry game. I went with the Lions. I think Lions defense just take care of the Vikings.
Okay, I disagree. Um, I think the Vikings are going to win.
Mhm.
And I think the reason for that is because I think Aiden Hutchinson's injury is going to be a way bigger deal as far as the Lions go than I think people are even really giving it credit for. I think the
Yeah,
Lions
that is.
could potentially, this could be the difference, honestly, between the Lions being like a Super Bowl contender and just another team.
Mhm.
So I'm
I
going to take
got
the
you.
Vikings on this one.
I understand why.
Uh, Eagles Giants, two
I'm
teams that I
actually.
just don't really believe in right now.
I was just about to say. I'm actually gonna go with the Giants this game.
Hmm.
Um, I watched the Eagles Browns game last week, and I really wasn't that impressed with the Eagles. I'm going with the Giants. I already think the Eagles they got a lot of problems on offense and on defense. Honestly, they're just not it right now. I just think the Lions might sneak up on them. Not the Lions, the Giants. So
Yeah,
I'm
the
going with the
Giants.
Giants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you. The Eagles have a lot of problems right now, but oh my God, I think the Giants might just I like the Giants might need to start forfeiting games just because of all of the players they have out with injuries. The Giants.
Mhm.
I said this last week when the Bengals beat them. I said it before the game, and I reiterated it after the game. The Giants right now might have the worst roster in the NFL entirely because of injuries, but still, the team that they're fielding right now might be the worst team in the NFL.
Hmm.
And I like as bad as questionable as I think the Eagles are right now, as much drama as there is with Nick Sirianni, and as much as I generally don't believe in the Eagles going forward, I do think they'll beat the Giants this week because I
Yeah,
think
we lost
anybody
to them.
would beat the Giants right now.
Yeah, we lost to them.
That was before the injuries. Or all of the injuries they've had anyway. Like y'all had to play Malik Neighbors. That was part of the problem. Like
Yeah,
we
he
we
was.
got the Giants with Malik Neighbors out. And so we were able to have we were extremely lucky on that because like the offense came out and looked terrible, but the defense came out and looked good, which has not been the story of this season. We got the job done, but I would argue that we really lucked out with them having like basically every star on their offense out.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, Raiders Rams.
I'm gonna go Rams.
Okay.
Only because the Raiders are so bad. I don't know anything about the Rams. I just know the Raiders are bad.
Yeah, well the Rams are bad too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I have no analysis really honestly when it comes to this one because like I don't believe in either of these teams. Maybe I don't know. It's just with Aiden O'Connell being the Raiders quarterback, maybe I might kind of swing. I don't know. I'm going to do something I normally don't do that on these though, and it's completely like anti-analytical and everything like that. I'm going to flip a coin.
You want to phone a friend?
And I flipped it behind the. Okay, hold on.
Oh, I thought you were gonna phone a friend.
Okay, well I'll go get it later. Okay, how about I just flip my sunglasses? There we go. That didn't help at all. I don't know. I'm taking the Raiders. You know why? Because I don't know. That's just the team I picked.
That's funny.
But this one could go either way, really.
Yeah, it can.
All right, Commanders Panthers in Washington. Oh yeah, easily, no question.
Commies. Give me the commies.
Like Jaden Daniels is tearing the NFL up. The Panthers suck. So yeah, that's my analysis.
Yeah.
49ers Chiefs.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Christian McCaffrey is currently back. How long before he gets his next injury? I don't know.
Oh, Chiefs been rolling. Give me the Chiefs.
I'm going to go with the 49ers just because I do think Christian McCaffrey makes a bigger difference than you'd expect. And the Chiefs haven't been – the Chiefs are 5-0 right now, but it's kind of a weak 5-0.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think the 49ers yeah, I think Christian McCaffrey will make that much of a difference, really. Jets Steelers.
Steelers. Hate you, Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh. Because, I mean, just so bad.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Jets. And I wouldn't have until I saw the Jets play the Bills this weekend. And they lost. But they nearly knocked off the Bills. I thought the Jets. I thought the Jets looked better than they have in recent, like this year. That was the best game that I think I've seen from the Jets all year. They ended up losing, to be fair, but I think they put a good performance out there. And the Steelers just benched Justin Fields. I think that's going to backfire on them tremendously.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't really think this feels that good, honestly.
Well, no, he's not, but he's serviceable, and I think the team was bought into Justin Fields, and I think this is going to introduce chaos. And you bring Russell Wilson back. The last time we saw him play an NFL game, he wasn't very good, and he hasn't been. He's been hurt this year, so I think introducing Russell Wilson is a bad move, and I think the Steelers are going to pay for it this week.
Take that, Pittsburgh.
All right. We got Ravens, Buccaneers.
I'm gonna go Buccaneers.
Okay.
Baker Mayfield gets it done on Monday Night Football.
Okay. I really want to take the Buccaneers. I mean, this is two good teams. I'm gonna take the Buccaneers. I don't know. The Ravens. The last time the Ravens played a good team, they absolutely demolished them. So we'll see. I don't know. Lamar Jackson has been. He's still been that very chaotic Lamar Jackson, but he's also been getting the job done more often than not this year. And so it's hard for me to pick against them right now, but I also think like the Buccaneers are kind of like the Ravens. They're rolling at times and they're kind of faltering at other times. But I do think this is gonna this is definitely worthy of being a primetime matchup.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a good game either way. I think the Buccaneers will come out on top. The other Monday night game, which I don't think deserves to be a primetime game at all, is the Chargers and the Cardinals. Holy shit. Why are these two teams – why do we have to watch these teams? Why?
Well, with that said, I want the Chargers. Actually, no, I'm on Cardinals. I think Cardinals beat the Chargers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Cardinals
agree
really
with
aren't
you.
that bad. The Cardinals really
No,
aren't
they
that
are.
bad.
They are. They just got
They
blown out
are, but
by
they
the
aren't.
Packers, but the Chargers. I think the Chargers are due for a loss. Honestly, they're 3-2 and they're not that good.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Is that like they're not that much. It's not like the Chargers are heading above better than the Cardinals.
All right, and then final game. You know what it is, and we've already basically made our predictions. But Bengals Browns.
I think I do think it'll be close. I do think it'll be close, but I still think y'all want to win. So I'm going with the Bengals.
Yeah. Well, so that's different than what you said earlier. You said it was going to be a blowout.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
I'll give them the
I
home
agree
down
with you though.
discount.
I think it's going to be closer because I think the Browns defense is going to do a good job against the Bengals offense. But I think at the end of the day, the Bengals offense I think will or I think the Bengals defense will get the job done against the Browns. And it's weird, and I'm still not sure I trust this defense, but we're going up against a bad offense, and I think they can get the job done against a bad offense. So and I think
24-10
that'll
Bengals.
shake out to being in the Bengals' favor.
Yep, 24-10 Bengals.
I think the main key here is like, please, for the love of God, Bengals, try not to turn the ball over very much, if at all. Like if Joe Burrow starts like throws if Denzel Ward picks off Joe Burrow like twice, I think that might actually shift things in the Browns' favor.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
Yeah, he does do that a lot. But
Yeah, so,
anyway, I got to get going to work. I'm sorry, guys. I thought we were going to have more time. We planned for way more time than we got, but we also ended up getting the technical issues we got. So I appreciate Joe and Stranger. I appreciate y'all showing up and talking. Thomas, I'll try to get this stuff figured out on my end, and hopefully we won't have these problems going forward. But we kind of figured it out, sort of a little bit, maybe not really a little bit. Bad audio and all. So, until next time, you can catch me on YouTube mainly. I mean, like, at Kyle Phelps 92 on Twitter, TikTok at Kyle Phelps 92. Check that out. The main thing is, like, this is the only thing I've really been all that active on lately. Stranger says we finally have our full DL. I think that's the difference maker. Bengals 27, Clowns 16. Gotta love it. We do finally have our full DL. I don't know about the Bengals offense. The way we saw them play against the Giants, I just don't know about them going up against the Browns offense or defense. So that's my main thing. But
don't
anyway,
lose.
yeah, exactly.
Don't lose to that.
The Bengals are in a
Because
situation right now where they cannot lose pretty much at all the rest of the season. I mean, like maybe like 1 or 2 games here and there, but like if we blow those now, we're really kind of screwed.
if y'all lose, if y'all lose, if y'all lose, that would kind of put a smile on my face. I ain't gonna
that would really
lie.
if we lose this game, I'm like 1 loss away from calling the season, honestly.
Misery love company. Yeah, if y'all lose, that would be some great company.
Okay, well, anyway, I got to get going. Thanks for watching, y'all. I'll leave y'all, as always, with a hooray.
Go Browns. Peace.